Hello?
What are you doing?
Who is this?
Don't worry about who it is. I can see you.
How many fingers I got up?
2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1. Wait. Stop. What are you
You
doing?
can't see me. Where you at? You want to play hide and seek? I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
You have really got
I'm
to
gonna
be kidding me.
find you
Wow.
and make you want
I don't
me.
want to play hide and seek.
You is too hostile with me, baby. This is not romantical. You called me to see how I was doing. You was worried about my well-being, boo. It's crazy how we got to get into our first argument and we just started talking today. So what you like to do for
You
fun?
know what? Enough is enough.
Hello.
Now, 3 suspects have been indicted in the fatal shooting of a pregnant woman. They are accused of the January killing of 34-year-old Tamisha Price. Take a look. According to court documents, a grand jury indicted Paris James and Jerry Scott on several counts of aggravated murder and felonious assault, among other charges. Shawaya Triplett was also indicted on 2 third-degree felony counts of obstructing justice. All 3 suspects are accused of involvement in the homicide of Price, whose unborn child was also killed in the shooting. According to court documents, detectives say Scott did participate in the planning and execution of the plan that resulted in Price's death. Those documents also indicate that Triplett, who detectives said is James's live-in girlfriend, provided an alibi for James that was later proven to be false.
In the early hours of January 24, 2024, tragedy struck a quiet neighborhood in Toledo, Ohio. At approximately 4:48 a.m., police responded to a call in the 5300 block of Norton Place, near Reynolds Road and Airport Highway. There they found 34-year-old Tamisha Price, a beloved member of the community, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Despite immediate efforts, Tamisha and her unborn daughter, Malaysia Leni Price, were pronounced dead at the scene. This devastating event sent shockwaves throughout Toledo. Tamisha was known for her warm spirit and dedication to helping others. Her sudden loss left family, friends, and neighbors grappling with profound grief. The community mourned not only the loss of a vibrant young woman, but also the unborn child who was never given a chance at life. In the days following the incident, authorities worked tirelessly to piece together the events leading up to that fateful morning. The investigation would eventually uncover a complex web of relationships and motives, shedding light on the circumstances surrounding Tamisha's untimely death. Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments section where you are watching from. We love to hear from you, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you will never miss any of our upcoming new videos. Tamisha Jaikira Price, affectionately known as Misha, was born on May 22, 1989, in Toledo, Ohio, to her loving parents, Tyler and Stacy Price. At 34, she was eagerly anticipating the birth of her daughter, Malaysia Leni Price, due in just a few weeks. Tamisha was also a devoted mother to her 2 sons, Jaden Cushon, 16, and Leslie Michael, 13, who were the light of her life. From a young age, Tamisha was drawn to helping others. She pursued this passion by earning a degree in the medical field from Herzing University. Her career path led her to roles at Sunbridge Charter and AE Charter Schools, where she worked in administration. Later, as a lead case manager for New Concepts, she was instrumental in guiding youth through school-based programs, embodying the organization's mission to embrace, equip, and empower. Tamisha's faith was a cornerstone of her life. She embraced Christianity early on, attending Pinewood Tabernacle Church as a child. Her spiritual journey continued at Upton United Methodist Church under Bishop Pat McKinstry, where she expressed her devotion through singing, dancing, acting in plays, and participating in the praise dance and cheerleading ministries. Most recently, she was a member of Life Changes Church, led by Dr. John Pace and Pastor Sherry Pace, remaining a dedicated servant of the Lord throughout her life. Beyond her professional and spiritual commitments, Tamisha had a zest for life. She enjoyed modeling, fashion, traveling, and capturing precious moments with her loved ones. Her sons were her pride and joy, and she cherished every moment spent with them. Her vibrant presence and unwavering love left an indelible mark on all who knew her. In the weeks leading up to her passing, Tamisha's excitement about welcoming her daughter was palpable. She shared maternity photos and heartfelt messages on social media, expressing her joy and anticipation for the new addition to her family. Tamisha's life was a testament to love, faith, and dedication. Her sudden departure has left a void in the hearts of her family, friends, and the community she served so passionately. In the early hours of January 24, 2024, a tragic event unfolded in Toledo, Ohio. At 4:48 a.m., police received a distress call reporting a shooting at a residence on Norton Place, near Reynolds Road and Airport Highway. Officers arrived promptly to find 34-year-old Tamisha Price, 8 months pregnant, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Despite immediate medical attention, both Tamisha and her unborn daughter were pronounced dead at the scene. The neighborhood, typically quiet and close-knit, was shaken by the incident. Residents described the area as peaceful, making the violent act even more shocking. Tamisha's home, a modest dwelling on Norton Place, became the focal point of a significant police investigation. Authorities quickly secured the scene, gathering evidence and speaking with potential witnesses. The Lucas County coroner later confirmed that Tamisha died from multiple gunshot wounds, and her unborn child passed due to complications from the shooting. In the days following the tragedy, the community mourned the loss of Tamisha and her unborn child. The investigation remained active, with authorities urging anyone with information to come forward. This heartbreaking event not only devastated Tamisha's family and friends, but also left a lasting impact on the Toledo community, highlighting the profound consequences of violence. In the aftermath of Tamisha Price's tragic death on January 24, 2024, Toledo police launched an intensive investigation to uncover the truth behind the fatal shooting. The crime scene on Norton Place was meticulously examined, with detectives collecting crucial evidence, including shell casings and surveillance footage from nearby cameras. Interviews with neighbors and potential witnesses provided additional insights, though initial leads were limited. As the investigation progressed, attention turned to 35-year-old Paris James. Authorities identified James as the alleged father of Tamisha's unborn child. However, reports indicated that James was disputing the paternity of the baby. This dispute, coupled with other gathered evidence, led detectives to consider James a person of interest. On February 16, 2024, an arrest warrant was issued, charging him with 2 counts of premeditated aggravated murder for the deaths of Tamisha and her unborn daughter. James was not immediately taken into custody, prompting police to seek public assistance in locating him. Further investigation revealed the involvement of 2 additional individuals, 26-year-old Jerry Scott and 34-year-old Shatwia Triplett. Detectives alleged that Scott participated in the planning and execution of the murder, leading to his arrest on charges of premeditated aggravated murder. Triplett, identified as James' live-in girlfriend, was accused of providing a false alibi for James, claiming he was with her at the time of the shooting. This alibi was later proven false, resulting in Triplett being charged with obstructing justice. On February 29, 2024, all 3 suspects were taken into custody. James turned himself in to authorities, while Scott and Triplett were arrested shortly thereafter. The arrests marked a significant development in the case, bringing a sense of relief to a community deeply affected by the tragedy. The motive behind the crime appeared to stem from James' dispute over the paternity of Tamisha's unborn child. Court documents suggested that this contention led to the premeditated plan to end Tamisha's life. The involvement of Scott and Triplett indicated a broader conspiracy, with each individual playing a distinct role in the tragic event. As the legal process unfolded, the community remained vigilant, seeking justice for Tamisha and her unborn daughter. The case highlighted the devastating impact of personal disputes escalating into violence and underscored the importance of thorough investigative work in bringing perpetrators to justice. In the months following the arrests, the legal proceedings continued, with the community closely monitoring each development. By February 29, 2024, all 3 suspects were in custody. The suspects faced initial court proceedings. During these sessions, the charges were formally presented, and bail considerations were addressed. Given the severity of the charges, both James and Scott were held without bail, reflecting the premeditated nature of the alleged crimes. Triplett, facing obstruction charges, was considered for bail under specific conditions, though details of her release were not specified in the available sources. Throughout these proceedings, the defendants were represented by legal counsel, and the court ensured that all parties were informed of their rights and the charges against them. The community closely monitored these developments, seeking justice for the victims. On March 7, 2024, a Lucas County grand jury handed down indictments for the three suspects. James and Scott each faced multiple charges: 5 counts of aggravated murder, 4 counts of murder, 1 count of aggravated burglary, 2 counts of felonious assault, and 1 count of tampering with evidence. These charges underscored the gravity of the alleged offenses and the premeditated nature of the crime. Triplett was indicted on 2 counts of obstructing justice, reflecting her alleged attempts to mislead investigators by providing a false alibi for James. The indictments marked a critical step in the legal process, transitioning the case from investigation to formal prosecution. As the case progressed, new evidence emerged that impacted the trial timeline. In January 2025, a significant development emerged in the case of Tamisha Price's tragic death. New DNA evidence was discovered on the murder weapon, indicating the presence of another man's DNA. This finding suggested that an additional individual might have been involved in the crime. The defense attorneys for the accused, Paris James and Jerry Scott, responded to this revelation by requesting a delay in the trial. They argued that more time was needed to investigate this new evidence thoroughly. Recognizing the importance of a comprehensive examination, a Lucas County judge granted a 3-month postponement of the trial. This delay aimed to ensure that both the prosecution and defense could adequately assess the implications of the new DNA findings and adjust their strategies accordingly. The community remained attentive, hoping that this new evidence would bring clarity and justice to Tamisha and her unborn daughter. Recognizing the importance of a comprehensive examination of all evidence, a Lucas County judge granted a 3-month postponement of the trial in January 2025. This delay aimed to ensure that both the prosecution and defense had adequate time to assess the implications of the new DNA findings and adjust their strategies accordingly.
At 6 this week, the trial for 2 men accused of shooting and killing a pregnant woman is set to start, but now they want a delay. Prosecutors allege the pair planned and carried out the murder of Tamisha Price, who was 9 months pregnant. But now new evidence has come to light. 13 Action News reporter Alexis Means is live with this story, all new at 6.
Sasha, the newly discovered evidence indicates that there's a third person's DNA on the murder weapon. The attorneys for Paris James and Jerry Scott filed a motion saying they need to investigate the new evidence turned over to them by the prosecutor. According to these court documents filed this month, a piece of evidence in the case tested by BCI found another male's DNA on the murder weapon. It led prosecutors to investigate this person. James and Scott are accused of aggravated murder in the killing of Tamisha Price. They're accused of planning and executing the plan that resulted in the 34-year-old woman's death. Price was 9 months pregnant with James's child. Neither Price nor the baby girl she was carrying survived. The deadly shooting happened inside the woman's home last year. There is a third person charged in this case, Shatwaya Triplett. She's charged with obstructing justice. Her attorney says she will not be tried with the men.
I filed a motion to sever her case from the other 2 defendants on the basis she was just charged with 1 count of obstruction of justice, and I didn't want that case being tried. My case will be tried after the other 2 cases are tried.
Triplett is accused of lying to police about the whereabouts of Paris James. Now, the defense wants to be able to investigate all this new evidence. We'll let you know if the judge agrees to continue the case. Lee?
The legal proceedings surrounding the deaths of Tamisha Price and her unborn daughter have profoundly affected the Toledo community. Vigils, memorials, and community discussions have highlighted the collective grief and the demand for justice. The case has also sparked conversations about domestic violence, the legal rights of unborn children, and the importance of thorough investigative processes. As of February 2025, the trial is scheduled to proceed following the granted postponement. The introduction of new evidence has added complexity to the case, and both the prosecution and defense are preparing for a comprehensive legal battle. The community continues to watch closely, hoping for a resolution that honors the memory of Tamisha and her unborn child. The legal journey following this tragic event has been marked by swift actions, detailed investigations, and significant legal maneuvers. The arrests, indictments, and emerging evidence have all played pivotal roles in shaping the path toward justice. As the trial approaches, the collective hope remains that the legal process will provide clarity, accountability, and a measure of closure for all affected by this heartbreaking case. The Toledo community came together to honor their memory and support the grieving family. Friends, family, and neighbors organized vigils and memorial services to pay tribute to her life and the unborn child she was eagerly awaiting. These gatherings provided a space for collective mourning and reflection, highlighting the profound impact Tamisha had on those around her. Her vibrant spirit and dedication to her family and community were evident in the heartfelt stories shared during these events. Recognizing the immediate and future needs of Tamisha's surviving children, Jaden Cushon, 16, and Leslie Michael, 13, a GoFundMe campaign was established to provide financial assistance. Organized by family friend Matthew Pally, the fundraiser aimed to help with expenses and ensure the boys' well-being during this challenging time. The campaign description emphasized Tamisha's loving nature and the void her passing left in the lives of her children and parents, Tyler and Stacy Price. The community's generosity was evident as donations poured in, reflecting a collective commitment to supporting the family. In addition to financial contributions, local organizations and community members offered emotional support and resources to the grieving family. Counseling services, meal trains, and other acts of kindness underscored the community's dedication to standing by the Price family. The outpouring of support following this tragedy highlights the strength and compassion of the Toledo community. Through collective efforts, they continue to honor Tamisha's memory and provide a foundation of love and support for her surviving children. The tragic case of Tamisha Price and her unborn daughter, Malaysia Leni Price, has brought to light critical issues surrounding domestic violence and its far-reaching effects on communities. Domestic violence extends beyond individual households, casting a shadow over entire communities. Victims often endure physical injuries, emotional trauma, and mental health challenges such as depression and anxiety. This cycle of abuse not only affects the immediate victims but also places a strain on community resources, including health care, law enforcement, and social services. The economic impact is substantial, with increased medical expenses and lost productivity. Raising awareness and providing support are essential steps toward breaking this cycle and fostering healthier communities. The legal proceedings following Tamisha's death have sparked discussions about the rights of unborn children in criminal cases. In Ohio, the law recognizes the unlawful termination of a pregnancy as a criminal offense. Specifically, Ohio Revised Code Section 2903.02 states that no person shall purposely cause the death of another or the unlawful termination of another's pregnancy. This statute allows prosecutors to pursue charges for the death of an unborn child, as seen in the indictments against the suspects in Tamisha's case. This legal framework underscores the state's commitment to protecting both women and their unborn children from acts of violence. The case also highlights the importance of comprehensive legal protections and support systems for victims of domestic violence. Ensuring that laws are effectively enforced and that victims have access to necessary resources is crucial in preventing such tragedies in the future. As we reflect on Tamisha's story, it's crucial to recognize the importance of community awareness and support in preventing similar tragedies. To stay informed about cases like Tamisha's and to raise awareness on such critical issues, consider subscribing to our channel. By subscribing, you'll receive updates on new videos and join a community dedicated to advocacy and education. Don't forget to like this video and share it to spread awareness. Your engagement helps amplify these important conversations. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.